Action figures are great!
Welcome to the newest edition of TNInews with your host, JC. You action figure enthusiasts out there, JC here, and welcome to a Friday edition of TNInews. And let's start off with some news on the McFarlane toy front. So first of all, going up for pre-order today is the new Batman and Robin movie Batmobile. So we saw this at New York Comic Con, and the price of this is $99.99. It is now available for pre-order at places like our sponsors, Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth. It holds one figure, and I will say it looks a little small with the figure inside there. This is the first time we're really kind of seeing it with the figure in the cockpit. So I don't know, it looks a little bit small. So it lists this at 24.5 inches. I don't know. To me, probably out of all the Batmobiles they've done, this is my least favorite. But if you're a big Batman and Robin fan, if you have the Batman and Robin figures, this is something that you will probably want to check out. Now, there is no figure included with the vehicle. It does have the lights and the sounds, but it is just the vehicle alone. And as I said, it is available pretty much everywhere, including Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth. Amazon has it up as well. And then yesterday, we had a couple of new pre-orders as well from McFarlane Toys. So first of all, that red Swamp Thing mega figure that they showed off at New York Comic Con, from the Planet Ran, as they list it, that went up for pre-order. Again, available at places like Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, Amazon. The cost of that one is $40. And then being offered as a McFarlane store exclusive is a pretty cool looking new Batman figure. This is based on Detective Comics number 587. This is again being sold as a McFarlane store exclusive. You get the display base. You get both a sculpted cape and a soft goods wired cape with this figure. He's in all black. So you get, to me, that's kind of cool that they give you both capes. You get some various other accessories as well. A Batarang, a rebreather mask, Scarface puppet head. And again, you get the display base. So this one, it's going to cost you $50. Again, it is a McFarlane store exclusive. However, I will tell you, as I'm filming this figure is currently listed as sold out. So I don't know if McFarlane will be making any more of these available. Again, it went up yesterday, but right now, as I'm filming this today, this figure is currently sold out. One more thing that went up for pre-order from McFarlane Toys this week. This is being offered as a Walmart exclusive. It is a black and light edition of from the Spawn the Clown figure. So, again, we've gotten this figure before, but this one, it's a black and white, kind of glows in the dark version. They've done various figures like this. This one is being offered again as a Walmart exclusive. It is available on the Walmart website now, and the cost of it is $49.99. From NECA, if you've been collecting those Ben Cooper figures, those Costume Kids figures, they have a new special glow-in-the-dark Series 1 figures that they're making available exclusively on the NECA store. The cost of this set is $100. Again, this is basically Wave 1, but these versions glow in the dark. So we just had Halloween yesterday. That's when they went up for pre-order, and they are currently still available, again, exclusively on the NECA store. Now let's dive into some G.I. Joe Classified. So this week we had some new pre-orders. These were shown off last weekend during the MCM and 1027 events. So first of all, the Classified Trench Viper and Cobra modular fortification diorama set, the Cobra Perimeter as they called it originally, is an actual Hasbro Pulse exclusive. The cost of it is $54.99. It is still available on Hasbro's Pulse website if you want to add it to your collection. But previously, I thought originally when they announced this was going to be available pretty much everywhere, or at least as a fan channel exclusive. But again, it did end up being a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. Now, the other pre-order that we got from G.I. Joe this week, the Deluxe Heavy Duty figure, that is available pretty much everywhere. Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, Amazon, and the cost of that one is $34.99. The Nemesis Immortal figure, which was another Hasbro Pulse exclusive, that one sold out last time I checked. It actually sold out and then came back in stock at least once since it originally went up earlier this week. But as I'm filming this right now, it is currently listed as sold out. However, I would not be surprised if at some point they make it available. But this figure, this deluxe Nemesis Immortal, part of Cobra Law, this one is another Hasbro Pulse exclusive. And then even though we talked about this earlier this week in my live streams, I just wanted to share these new digital renders that were announced last weekend during the MCM convention in London. So our first digital render of Blowtorch, this is one I'm definitely looking forward to. And the Frag Viper is the other one they gave us a digital render for. They also gave us some name reveals during the MCM convention. These are all retro card back figures. So essentially figures we've gotten before, but now more in keeping with their original looks from the toys and on the retro card back. So we're going to be getting a new version of Flint. So I don't know exactly how that will differ from the previous Flint that we got. Cover Girl, who will have the blonde hair as she had briefly in the first episode or first miniseries, the Mass Device miniseries in the G.I. Joe cartoon. She's got the blonde hair. And then finally, the third name reveal was a Televiper, which we previously got included with the flight pod. So this will be the first time you can get that one on a single card back. Again, I don't know exactly how it will differ from the previous version, but the main thing with that one is you don't have to get the flight pod if you want the Televiper. Now, for you Star Wars fans, we've had several new pre-orders. Just today, going up for pre-order was the Hasbro Star Wars Vintage Collection Chopper in his Imperial disguise. So this was announced at the Lucca, Italy convention yesterday. So again, this has gone up for pre-order. It's available at places like Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth. Amazon has it as well. The cost of this one is $16.99. And then earlier in the week, going up for pre-order, these were announced at the MCM and 1027 events. We had, let me just note that going up for pre-order on Amazon, this was one that was announced at MCM, but did not go up for pre-order with the rest of the items. But Amazon has it up currently. Right now, as far as I know of, they are the only place that has it. In fact, they're actually now showing it as sold out. So it looks like they sold out of their pre-orders. I assume this will be available elsewhere. I don't know why Amazon put it up early, but it's from the Skeleton Crew, a vintage collection of the character Jad Na. We just got the new trailer for Skeleton Crew today, so we might be seeing the Black Series and the vintage collection figures that they announced probably going up for pre-order fairly soon. And probably my guess is Amazon just jumped the gun a little bit. Now officially going up for pre-order from Black Series the other day. The two Jedi female from episode 1, the Shakti and the Luminara figure, and then Sebulba was the third Black Series figure from episode 1 again, the Podracer. So all of those are now available for pre-order at places like our sponsors Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth. We also, for Vintage Collection, the Aurora Singh and the Lieutenant Callahan from the Ahsoka series, pilot of the E-Wing. Those went up for pre-order this week. And then jumping back to Black Series, we also had the Clone Wars Savage Opress, Darth Maul's brother. That went up for pre-order. And then for Vintage Collection, we had from the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, Obi-Wan Kenobi Jedi Legend. And then from the Acolyte series, Yord Fandar. So all of these, went up for pre-order throughout the week. These were all the figures that were revealed at the conventions, the overseas conventions that Hasbro's been attending. Now, again, those Skeleton Crew figures, both the Black Series and Vintage Collection, which they actually announced, I guess it was New York Comic Con, they announced those. Those have not officially gone up other than the one Vintage Collection figure that Amazon had up briefly, which I think was probably more an error than anything. But we will probably be seeing those go up for pre-order very soon. And then for Transformers, we also had several different pre-orders throughout this week. So from Rise of the Beasts, we had a new Optimus Prime Studio Series Voyager class Optimus Prime, going to cost you about $35. Also, Ape Link, a leader class from that movie, and then Bumblebee movie Bumblebee Studio Series Deluxe Class figure, which is $25. The Ape Link is $54.99. And then the coolest reveals from last weekend and available for pre-order are the first two Constructicons for their movie Studio Series 86 movie line. When they release all the Constructicons, of course, you will be able to create Devastator. We got our first look at that at the convention past weekend, or actually it was 10/27 that they revealed that. So many things have been happening. I got to keep it clear in my head, but those were actually revealed at the 10/27 event. The Devastator, when combined, will be about the same size as the previous Menasor that they did. So it'll be in scale with that. And this one is supposed to stay together, new locking mechanism so that you can actually move this Devastator and he won't fall apart, which is pretty good. So the first two that went up for pre-order were Scrapper, which is a Voyager class transformer, and Bone Crusher, which is a deluxe class transformer. So Scrapper is $34.99 and Bone Crusher is $25.99. And then as far as when we can expect to see the rest of these, now they didn't give us the pre-order dates for all of these, but they did give us release dates. So the two that just went up for pre-order are supposed to be released in April of next year. So that's the Deluxe Bone Crusher and the Voyager Scrapper. The next two are supposed to be released in July of next year, and that will be the Long Haul and the Hook figures, and both of those will be Voyager class figures. And then the final two will be released in September, and that will be the Deluxe Scavenger and the Voyager Mixmaster. So, probably we'll see the next round of pre-orders go up in a couple of months. They'll probably spread them apart, 2, maybe 3 months, and I'm just going by the release schedule, because if the first two are in April and the second two are July, and we just got the first two go up for pre-order, thinking the next round of pre-orders will be in 2, maybe 3 months. But again, they didn't give us a pre-order schedule, but they did give us the release schedule for these. So essentially by the end of September of next year, if you're planning on getting these and wanting them all so that you can complete Devastator, you should be able to have them in hand around September timeframe. And then from Spiro Studios, we have a new Animal Warriors of the Kingdom Primal Collection figure. This is part of Series 2. It's General Mamba. This figure is available for pre-order now at our sponsor, Big Bad Toy Store. And included with this figure, you'll get a sword, a scimitar, and a hammer. And the cost of this figure is going to be $104.99. And again, it is available for pre-order now at our sponsor, Big Bad Toy Store. I think you can order these directly from Spiro's studio if you want to, but as I said, Big Bad Toy Store does have this available for pre-order now. And then a real quick update from Hasbro on that Haslab Ghostbusters Plasma Series 112 scale Ecto 1 that they launched during New York Comic Con. So the update here is the Louis Tully figure, which was originally said to be an early bird figure, meaning you had to back the campaign and the campaign had to get to 12. Well, you didn't have to back it by November 1st, but the campaign had to get to its minimum funding goal by November 1st of 12,000 in order for the Tully figure to be included. That's what they had originally said. I'm pretty sure they basically saw it wasn't going to reach the 12,000 by November 1st, and so they just decided to include the Tully figure as a regular figure, just like the other Ghostbuster figures, the Ghostbuster 2 figures, the Slimer, and the Librarian Translucent Ghost figure. Tully is now going to be included as long as the campaign reaches its minimum funding goal of 12,000 backers by the end of the campaign, which is in 31 days. I think it'll do it. Right now, as I'm filming this, the campaign's at 8,556 backers. So less than 4,000 to go before, to get to 12,000. And as long as there's no stretch goals with this campaign. So as long as it gets to that 12,000, all the figures and all the stuff that you saw with it, for both, so you can have it displayed as either the original Ecto 1 or as it appeared in the second Ghostbuster movie, Ecto 1A, I guess is what they call it. So you can have it displayed either way. The decals are supposed to be reusable. Plus they're throwing in some extra ones so that you can go back and forth at least a few times between the two versions if you want. One thing I want to clarify here, I was told at New York Comic Con when they held their press breakfast, this would have a USB port so that you could keep it plugged in with the lights. However, one thing I'm noticing is I've not seen Hasbro actually list that as a feature or state that as a feature in any of the videos they've done. So I've reached out for clarification to see if that is 100% going to be included. I had been talking with one of the designers of the vehicle, and he's the one that told me that it should be including the USB port. But I do vaguely remember him saying something along the lines that unless safety regulations or something prevented them from putting that in. So, being that they're not listing it, I would have thought they would have known that by, when they were launching the campaign, but I don't know. So I've reached out for clarification, but being that Hasbro has not mentioned that, and to me, that's like one of the coolest features of this thing because I feel like, being able to keep this lit on your shelf all the time is kind of a big deal. If it's battery powered, then you're not going to be able to keep it lit. You can turn it on occasionally, you can play the siren occasionally, but you're not going to be able to keep it lit up on your shelf all the time unless it has that USB port. So I won't say it won't have the USB port at this point, but I'm feeling less and less likely that it will since they're not billing that as a feature. But if I get any updates on that, I will be sure to let you know. But again, the Lewis Tully figure, as long as it reaches its minimum funding goal of 12,000 backers by the end of the 31 days, that's how long it has left as I'm filming this now. And again, it's at 8,556. You will get the Lewis Tully figure along with everything else. And then from Mondo, our first set of real Ghostbuster 112 scale figures have gone up for pre-order this week. These were announced at San Diego Comic Con. So the first 2-pack that has been made available for pre-order is the Peter Venkman and Sam Hain 2-pack. So the cost of the 2-pack is $202, which is available exclusively on the Mondo Shop website. It's an open pre-order until November 26th, so you don't have to worry about it selling out. But again, if you want both the Ghost and the Ghostbuster, you've got to get the 2-pack. The Peter Venkman you can get, which also includes Slimer. Slimer's included with the 2-pack as well, but you can just get Peter Venkman and Slimer as an individual, which is available on the Mondo website, but also available at places like Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth. Now the cost of the single figure is $101, so it's not any cheaper other than you're getting a less figure, so you're paying less. But it's still basically they're selling these at $101 each. So you can get the 2-pack with the Ghost on Mondo's website. You can get just Peter and Slimer if you don't want to pay $200. I feel like if you're going to spend this kind of money, get the 2-pack because the Ghosts are pretty cool. But definitely, I've seen a lot of people complaining about the price, which I understand. But, if you're, I don't want to say nobody will ever do real Ghostbusters again, but I do feel like this is your best chance of at least getting some really nice detailed collector-oriented Ghostbuster figures. Again, I understand the price is pretty high, but I'm not sure you're going to see someone else try and do these at any point down the road like this. But that's really up to you and how big of a real Ghostbuster fan you are. But as I said, the first 2-pack is available for pre-order, or you can if you're just going to get the Ghostbusters themselves, you can buy them individually, and those are available at, again, places like Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth. Oh, and also, just real quick, I believe Mondo started offering free shipping on these as well. So if you get the 2-pack, as expensive as it is, I think they are offering free shipping for it, so at least you don't have that added cost. For you Godzilla fans, we've got a new Ultimate figure from Super 7 that has gone up on the Super 7 website. It is from the Godzilla -1 movie. It's listed as Charging Godzilla. So the cost of this one is $85. As I say, right now it is only available on Super 7's website. It may be available elsewhere at a later time. I don't think it's going up anywhere else today, but maybe several weeks from now we might see it at other e-tailers. But if you want to go on and get it now, again, it is available on the Super 7 website. And as I said, the cost is $85. And while we're on the subject of Super 7, a couple of the previous Walmart CollectorCon exclusives from Super 7 are now available at places like Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth. So that would include the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Ultimate Wingnut and Screw Loose, the glow in the dark versions. So you can get that for $74.99. And then the other item that was previously offered during Walmart Collector Con was that Transformers Reaction, the ARC double-sided playset. So you can now get it at places like Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth for $74.99. It includes reaction figures of Optimus Prime and Megatron, and then has the backdrop that either looks like the outside of the ARC Autobot ship crashed into the volcano, or on the other side features original Transformer G1 toy art. So, as I said, that was previously, both of those items were previously offered during the Walmart Collector Con on Walmart, but are now available elsewhere. And then keeping it with Godzilla, well, not exactly Godzilla, but from the Godzilla Kong New Empire movie, we have a new Kong figure, the Beast Glove version. This is a previews exclusive from Hiya Toys. It is now available for pre-order at places like our sponsors Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth. This one's going to cost you about $50. The figure stands just a little bit over 6 inches tall. So if you're a big King Kong fan, this is one that you might want to check out. All right, now let's finish off with some Marvel Legend news. So first of all, for those of you who have been getting your Haslab Giant Man figure, and I did an unboxing on my video on Wednesday, but for those of you who have been getting it, you might notice that the eyes are not as straight as they're supposed to be. Now, from what I understand, not everybody's has this problem, but it does seem like a lot of people do, including mine. And Hasbro has addressed this issue by saying you can contact their customer service, go to their website, and you can find their email, you can find that contact information, but contact their customer service website, let them know that your eyes are not completely straight on your Haslab. They are currently working with the factory to have corrected eyes printed out, so they probably won't ship out the corrected eyes until mid-December timeframe. But again, they are aware of the problem with the eyes, and they are taking steps to try and fix it. Why they don't just automatically send everyone out corrected eyes, again, at least what they're saying is that not everybody's has that issue, so they want you to contact them to let them know, and then they will send you out corrected eyes. And as I said, they've given the December time frame, but basically whenever they get them from the factory, that's when they'll start sending them out to people. Now, in other Marvel Legend news, now this past weekend we got reveals for the new Captain America Brave New World figures. I'm not going to spend a lot of time. It was 3 deluxe figures, Captain America, Falcon, and Red Hulk. All of those are available for pre-order now pretty much everywhere. We also got a reveal of a new Dark Avengers Warbird figure that is supposed to be going up for pre-order next week on November 7th. So we got a digital render at the 1027 event, but just today Dan Young released this new image of that figure. So there are supposed to be alternate parts. They didn't give us specifics. We'll find out next week when it goes up for pre-order, I'm sure. So November 7th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time is when this figure will be available. I guess we'll assume that it's only just this figure. They did say that there would be more Dark Avenger figures coming in 2025, but at least for now, we'll go with the assumption that this figure is not part of a wave, that it is just a one standoff figure. So if that changes, I'll be sure to let you know. But again, November 7th, Warbird, Dark Avengers Warbird, definitely will be going up for pre-order again pretty much everywhere. And then yesterday during that Italy Lucca convention, we got a couple of more reveals. So the first one was for you X-Men fans, our first Acolyte figure, Magneto's group, Fabian Cortez, which of course was one of the main characters from that Acolyte storyline. I believe he has a ponytail. From the image that was released, it's hard to tell, but I would assume he has a ponytail. But again, he is coming now. I don't know when that one's going to go up for pre-order. The second figure they revealed from the Across the Spider-Verse movie, an alternate version of Spot. So we got the regular Spot previously, but now I guess I haven't seen that movie yet. But I guess this is an alternate version. Now this one is supposed to be going up for pre-order on November 14th. So again, at places like Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, I think Amazon will have them as well. But I don't know a pre-order date yet for the Fabian Cortez figure, but the spot should be going up on the 14th. And then also during that presentation for Marvel Legends at this Lucca convention, as they often do, they gave us a Marvel Legend teaser by showing us an image of, to me, what looks like some type of bladed weapon. I can't tell if that's supposed to be metal or stone. Maybe even has some blood on it. It's hard to say. I have no idea what this is teasing, but again, this is another one of Hasbro's teases for an upcoming figure. So I'll let you guys give your best guesses in the comment section below. And a big thanks to the folks at Star Wars Libre Comics there in Italy for sending us these images. They provided us this coverage, so a big thanks to them for helping us out with that. You know, as much as I would love to travel the world, you know, it's not really financially feasible to follow Hasbro around to the UK and Italy and all that. So big thanks to folks like Star Wars Libre Comics for helping us get coverage from these overseas conventions. Now, one other thing that I don't know if it was revealed at the convention, but Dan Young revealed it yesterday. These are part of the MCU reissue line. So another set of figures. These are just straight up reissues for people who maybe missed out on them the last time. So Spider-Man from Far From Home and Captain America from like Avengers Endgame and such. So you get with Cap the masked and unmasked head. You get an extra pair of hands. With Spider-Man, you get some webbing and extra pair of hands. So again, there's really nothing different. These figures have been released before. There's really nothing different with these. They come in the blue box packaging, and they will be hitting physical stores like Walmart and Target sometime early next year. So again, next round of reissue MCU figures were announced yesterday by Dan Young. Okay, so that's all I have for you guys today, but as always, feel free to share your thoughts about everything we talked about here down in the comments section below. Like this video if you're so inclined, and if you're new to the channel, please think about subscribing. Hit that bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. As always, guys, stay safe out there. Have a great weekend. And until next time, I'll catch you later. Thanks for watching today's video. Now, if you're new to the channel, please think about hitting that subscribe button. Also, hit the bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. For all the latest action figure news, be sure to head over to ToyNewsEye.com, MarvelousNews.com, JediInsider.com, and TFormers.com. And remember, action figures are great,